Gearheads, thanks for tuning in. On this episode of Dan's Garage, Dan has finally finished getting the brakes and everything fixed on the Corvette. And now we have to worry about these little gauges. So he fixed some of them and made the clock work. Hey Dan, run that intro.
All right, guys, so I have the gauge cluster out of the cars, my 1977 Corvette. If you want to see the video on this coming out and going back in, click on that link up in the corner. But today we're going to be looking at this clock. Now, mine is missing the knob, but there should be a knob here that you will have to take off with a little tiny screwdriver. It's got a set screw, and then you could pull that knob off, and then we're going to flip it over and look at the back side. All right, so here's the back of it, and this is the clock over here. So this is a 5/16 nut, which is the power for it. And then, of course, the metal to metal is the ground here. And there's two 1/4-inch screws here and here. So we're going to pull this light out for illumination. We don't need that. And move all this out of the way, and this whole unit will come out. So, like I said, this is a 5/16 nut here. And this stuff, you shouldn't need much force because a lot of this is very gentle. So you definitely want to be careful, especially around this circuit board ribbon type stuff. And then we're going to pull this bulb out. And this is just laying on here. The bulbs and the nuts actually keep it on. So we can just peel that back a little bit. And then I'm going to actually take this screw out first because it's a little bit more hidden. And we'll get this out. Drop that, and then we'll get this one off. I want to make sure these are out of the way, and this clock will come right out. I'll pull this out too, just to give us a little bit more room. There we go. You just want to be very gentle with this. There we go. So a couple of things. There's a washer back here. So I want to take that off and lay that to the side with the nut to make sure we don't lose that. And then with the front of this, you do not want to touch that at all with your fingers. You do not want to wipe it or clean it or do anything to it. You want to try to leave it alone and protect it as much as possible, because those numbers and the hash marks could just come right off. So what we do want to do is we have to unbend these tabs. You have this tab here, and then there's another tab kind of right here. So you can see those are just kind of pushed in. So this outer housing and the inner housing have to be separated. So any way you can get these, just pull back a little bit, and then we'll be able to pull this out from the other part. You can see this is already coming apart from here. That actually we want to stay there. So let me get these tabs set up, and then we'll come back and pull this apart. All right, once you got all those tabs pulled back enough, you just want to gently separate the inside from the outside. We're going to put this aside, and we're going to take a look at this. So this is the part of the mechanism that we're looking at. So this should not be up like that. It should be up against this, because when you don't have power, this will go up and it will stop here. And then when it generates the power from the 12 volt, it will shoot this arm down. You can see there's a spring on the back of it. So that will shoot this down. And then once that's down, it will make it run again. So one thing that you want to be careful with these is not putting too much oil and stuff on here, because that could cake it up even worse. What you can do is gently blow some air on here, not compressed air, but like one of those little spray cans. And you can lube just like the ends of wherever the movements are, like that one there and that one there. Really hard to see, but basically what we want to do is kind of check all of this operation. Again, this is not supposed to be down here like this. That should make the clock run. So I'm going to gently blow some air in there and see if we can get that to release, because that is the mechanical part. And here's the, so you know the wheel of the clock that goes back and forth, that should be this guy. So this guy should be going back and forth. And sometimes you can just release it and they'll be okay. There may be a spring or something that's not happy in here also. Oh, there it is. So that spring is there. So I'm just going to kind of look at this and see what's going on with it. I'm just going to gently blow some air through here just to kind of try to clean it off in case there's any just old age and things on here. Again, you don't want to put any major pressure on this or anything like that. So I'm just looking at it, and you can see the spring there too. So you can see that just me rocking that back and forth is getting the second hand to move a little bit. So I just took that little flywheel sucker and I just kind of kept moving them, and I feel like the more I move it, it kind of starts moving. So see, that's moving now. So it's probably just when it stopped at one point, it kind of sat too long. So I think it's, where are we? Back over here. This with the spring just sat down too far and it's not bringing it up. So I'm just going to keep working it, and maybe if I can get it back up to the top. It might be too far down. So let's try, I'm going to try moving this until it gets up to the top. We'll come back. So I got this point up to that point. Now what's supposed to happen here is, with this grounded because it's metal and the positive here, it's supposed to push this down, and that's supposed to let it start over with the mechanical. So let's put some juice on that and see if that works. So after lubing it up and loosening it up and plug in some power, you can see it clicks on and it starts moving. So I think we're going to be in good shape. I had this thing running for about 4 hours the other day, and every time it gets to the end of the points, it clicks open and it keeps going. Let me show you. See? All right, we'll bring this back over here and make sure you can see it. That's better. So getting this back in, the most important thing is to pay attention to the end of this, because it does have to stick through there in that little hole. But since I do still have this on, I just kind of have to pry this out of the way, make sure I'm not doing any damage. Get this bezel in there, and this is going to kind of slide under here, and this should sit right down in there. And I'm feeling the back to make sure that's through all the way. This is going to go on the positive. That lamp has to go back in. So pretty straight. Well, actually I don't want to do that yet because I got to put this in. So let's get these little screws in here. Just the two guys here that hold this in. Make sure it's centered so it looks good. Tighten that one up. Tighten this one up. That's good for that. Let's switch over to the other side. So we can put this washer on, and then this little guy. These are like half nuts. I think we all are. So just gotta watch. And these, you really don't want to put a lot of tension on these. Hand tight. I mean, you probably could just do it with that socket itself. All right, looks like everything else is good. There's a nut missing off of here and here, but I don't see any reason for them to be there. There's no connection wire here at all. And this one, I think this one is supposed to have one, but it doesn't, so we're going to go without it. All right, so that's back in, and I have this one here. So I think we're good. All right, guys, so as you can see, everything is back together. Like I said, I do have a video that's going to be coming up because there was no tag in this video, but there will be a tag in this video after the video comes out of all of the gauges coming out and going in, and I'm in the reflection if you're confused as to this shot. But you can see the second hand is still moving, and if we're quiet, we can hear it click. There it is. I dare you to go back and count how many seconds that was. Anyway, so video coming up of the gauges going back in, so you can see that video. Video coming up of the radio replacement, because the old radio was garbage and actually stopped working. I had to fight it to get my CD out, so new radio's coming in. Console removal, cleaning, and reinstallation. And battery replacement. Spoiler alert, I got an Optima. So like I said, all those videos will be coming up, so make sure to like this video, share it, subscribe, ring the bells, check me out on other social media, and until next time, stay positive and keep on wrenching.